All right, well, I'm excited to be here. So obviously this is a picture of me standing next to a funnel, looking like a dummy, because whenever somebody says the word funnel, CRM, automation, my brain starts to become macaroni and cheese, and I feel like you're talking a different language. So does anyone in the room feel like that? Oh yeah, we're talking to a bunch of realtors. So what I want to prove today is that I'm never the smartest in the room, but my mom taught me at a really young age to throw me into situations I wasn't ready for, and I always figured it out. And so what I figured out was how to automate in my sleep lists and building opportunities and building relationships so we can automate the growth at eXp. Who would love to build a big organization? Yay, because like John, in 2019, I joined this company and I was selling 130 homes a year as a solo agent. I had a few people on my team, and today our team sold 700 homes. I did not sell one of them, which is amazing, the last few years. Thank you. And we have an organization of 1,550 people at eXp. So I want to teach you guys this. It might be too fast because I've only got 20 minutes, and I will give you guys the slides. And I'm going to be teaching this to eXp. I taught it a couple weeks ago, and it went well, and so we decided to put some slides together for you. So I want to prove to you that you can build $1 million business with just doing something consistently. So this is me laughing all the way to the bank, because when I was selling those 130 homes a year, I did not use a CRM. I know some of you nerdy CRM people are cringing, but I hate CRMs. I can't. KV Core, I've never logged into it once. Never once. I've been here 6 years. And I don't even remember all the other things that we have. But there is my CRM right there, that little index card file box. So if you are like me, I want you to go out today or shop on Amazon, buy yourself a little index card file box with a bunch of index cards. I learned this at the Mike Ferry organization. Whenever I was talking to buyers or sellers and they said, I'm moving in 6 months, my lease is up in 3, whatever it was, today is, let's say August 1st, I would take that lead and I would put it in the tab of October. Let's say they're saying 6 months, I'd cut it in half. So all those little tabs said January through December on them. So when I got to October, I had a stack of leads that I was going to go through. So that was my CRM. Those stupid index card those little cards were everywhere. They were in my car, they were on my desk. My husband knew, like, this is a lead, because many of us put our little name and numbers on Post-it notes or envelopes that are on your counter. Who has done that? And then you lose the envelope, you're like, where's that lead? So this is a great way for you guys to do it. So this works, and that's what I'm hoping to prove today, that this funnel that I created, again, you might laugh at it, but it works for me, and it's allowed me to recruit people to eXp and build organizations. So why funnels matter? Attention is currency. If I'm going to put myself in a cute dress and put myself online, which I did because GoGo told me to when I got here 6 years ago. She said, Tina, you need social media. And I'm like, okay, fine, what do I do? She said, look cute, put yourself on social media, and people will follow you. I'm like, okay. But I thought it was annoying because there was nothing that was happening other than vanity metrics. I got a lot of likes, but what happens after that? And to me, social media is annoying. Like, we have to do it every single day, and it's another job. And so what I wanted to do is build a system that captures interest and builds relationships, because I'm very relational. And so you want to give your customers or your clients or your fellow realtors value. So for the last 6 years, I've given everything away for free. If you go to my YouTube page, I will teach you how to list a home. I will teach you how to work with a buyer, all for free. I didn't care because I wanted to create the attention. When you think of somebody helping you at our company, I wanted them to think of me because somebody did that for me and changed my life, which was Mike Ferry at the time. So that's why they matter. So step one, we're going to do this interactively. Everybody grab your phones, because I know they're sitting in your hand and right in front of you, because we get freaked out when they're not in our face. I want you to go to Instagram, and I want you to find me, Tina_Caul. Now, I want you to make sure it's the right one, because there's, I think, 3 or 4 people that have created an account, and they're trying to sell you guys crypto. It is not me. I do not sell crypto. And they're getting pretty good at it. In fact, they've downloaded all my freebies. They have a Stand Store just like mine. So make sure there is a blue check mark there. So that is my profile. In that profile, I want you guys to click on the Stand Store link right there in my profile, the second little circle. When you click on that link, you're going to see a document that says, Train ChatGPT in your voice blueprint. You guys see that? Okay, it looks like this. So the reason that document's there, and there's a bunch of different freebies, that document I spent $12,000 on. I was listening to Ed Milet on a podcast, and he said, I went to this company called Brand Builders, and they built my brand. And I was like, well, if it's good for Ed Milet, it's good for me. So I'm going to go to Brand Builders and see if they could help me with social media. I spent 2 days with them. I spent $12,000, and I got out basically what I already knew, which my demographic is a 40 to 60-year-old female that has a lot of energy still, that wants to build an empire. And I thought, okay, I just wasted $12,000. But I took that document, which was 45 pages, I uploaded it to ChatGPT, and I created the document that you guys are going to download. And why it's so important is that document will train your voice so well that anything you guys start to create will come out so fast, and it will truly understand who you are to the letter. And so I want you guys to download that document. It's literally your name and your email address. When I'm sending you the funnels and the emails, copy them. Take what I'm sending you and say, oh, this is what Tina's doing. Copy it. It doesn't matter. We all copy from each other. That's how we grow. So the first step is to create that GPT. The reason is because this becomes your content creation vehicle. And a lot of people, because I study the working genius, a lot of people don't have these natural ideas. There are ideators that have a lot of ideas, and then there are executors. And I need to be around executors because I have a lot of ideas and I need them to execute. So some of you do struggle with ideas, and that's why you don't build content, because you're like, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to say. I can't build a course, but you can. You guys have literally hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars in your brain. But you just got to learn how to monetize it. So you will get more time back, you will get more sleep, and you're never going to run out of ideas when you download that document and you fill it out, which will take you guys a couple days. This is a later assignment. What I want you guys to realize is this is my brand voice. So it is so detailed, and this is just a small snippet of it. But it says, I help top-performing real estate agents master self-leadership, scale their business, create wealth without burnout. I cut through the noise. I eliminate excuses. Here's what I sold. I'm high energy with conviction, coaching strategy, tough love and warmth, punchy and tactical, conversational and direct, simple and relatable. My core value brand message, no corporate jargon. I speak like a 10-year-old. I mess up. I misspell words. Just who I am. I was a C student. You put everything in there. And then you also put in your influences. I teach working genius, real estate sales, team building, leverage using a mix of real estate strategy, Mike Ferry, Tom Ferry, Gary Vee. Those are my influences. I love John Maxwell, Pat Lencioni, and Mel Robbins. So when I'm building something, it's going to have a lot of those cool influences in it. I could ask ChatGPT where I grew up, why my parents fought, why they got a divorce. It knows everything now because of that document. But that's because it understands my voice. It knows my fears. It knows how to talk like me, and it gives me much better content. So the next step is we're going to build your freebies. Once you do your ChatGPT and you download that document and you fill out that document, the next step is, how do I use ChatGPT now to create the freebie that I'm going to put in the funnel that people are going to download, right? You guys just all went through my funnel and downloaded my freebie. You're now in my funnel. So we're going to go to a company called typeset.com. And we're going to give you all this. But typeset.com, all these little freebies that you see there, figure out how to build multiple streams of income, the ultimate guide to building leverage in real estate, top listings per month playbook, take 5 listings per month playbook. All that was built in minutes. It's not that complicated anymore. And so what Typeset does is it takes all the content that ChatGPT just gave you, because you're going to build your freebie or your course or your whatever 5-page document. You're going to take it over to Typeset. You're going to copy paste. Literally, once you copy paste, it creates this beautiful document, and then you slide photos into it. And it looks like a professional PDF. That PDF then is going to be downloaded, and we're going to take it over to a company called Stand Store, the link that you guys went to in the profile. Remember, with funnels, everything needs to go and live in one place. So everything for me lives in StanStore. Anytime I put a link on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, it all goes back to StanStore, the one heartbeat of my funnel. So you can join StanStore, join.stanstore, whatever, that little link there. That will be through me. I'll make money if you go through my StanStore, but you don't have to. But anyway, you can also use that to create affiliate agreements. So we're always trying to make multiple streams of income. But the cool thing is when you create your freebie, like right now, one of my most downloaded freebies is the Create Multiple Streams of Income document. In there, I'm literally telling my EXP story. So what do you think the audience is doing as they're learning something? They're getting convinced that maybe I should do this too because it's my story. And the goal is that you want them to go, me too, I have that pain. Me too, I have that pain. So I'm capturing valuable time, I'm capturing the audience, I'm building a relationship, and I'm providing value. So once I create my freebies in Typeset, I'm gonna go to my new StanStore and I'm gonna upload my document. Your StanStore will look like this. It'll be a cute picture of you, and it'll have all your freebies. Again, this could even be a buyer-seller funnel. It doesn't have to be for agent attraction. It can be your 5-step guide to getting your home ready for the market. It doesn't matter, but the goal is you're funneling leads into somewhere, and it's easy. So this is your StanStore link. Posting with purpose. So all your posts should have some sort of call to action. Like doing a post like I used to do, if you look at my social media 5 years ago, again, it was like me looking cute and then nothing was happening. There was no call to action. So now an example would be grab the freebie in my StanStore link above. And so when you do those kind of posts, or download my free scripts, that's a huge one. You can see this post where I was talking about just one script or one line, had 3,200 likes, 203 comments, and 1,958 shares. So people were sharing this content because, again, when you want to attract real estate agents, you have to think they just want to sell one more home a month. That's it. They don't want to come to EXP. They don't want to be recruited. They just want you to help them. And every single person in this room, if you sold 10 or more homes, you actually can help somebody else that hasn't sold 10 or more homes. You have knowledge in your brain that you can gift to somebody. You don't have to be 20-year veteran to do this. So you create all those documents and freebies and you will attract your audience. But now you have something of value that you're giving people. So now the posts have an action step. The next thing is collecting these email addresses daily. And so we need, Mike Ferry used to say, you need to list to last. Who's heard that? We need to list to last. We need to become really great listing agents. Well, now I believe you need a list to last because you need a list to market too. We need that list. And so I never knew how important this was in recruiting because I just would talk to people. I would love on their posts. I would ask them questions about their business. I would get into relationship with them. And I've recruited over 25 personals now in my front line. That was relationship building. Thank you, John, my one friend. Thank you. But it was hard because I had to really put the work in. And my longest recruit took 4 years. I just loved on them until they came. But the thing is, this is now building faster. And so I want to show you this. Just in January, when I started this little funnel, 6,112 customers signed up for my freebies. That's a lot of names and numbers, right? And so now what I'm doing is I've got 6,000 people in an audience. Now we have Instagram and we have LinkedIn, but this is an email list. And any of you that know John Sheplack, who's one of my coaches, he will say email is not dead. You have to email these people. And for years I heard John saying that and I was like, ugh. That sounds like funnels and CRMs, and that's too hard, John. I can't do that. I'd rather just talk to people. But I can do it, and you can do it too. And so the other step 7 now, is to email them weekly. So if you are in my funnel, which hopefully you all are now, and again, I want you to copy and watch. In 6 months, I was not like John Sy doing this 3 times a day. I was emailing people once a week. And I'm recruiting about 1 to 2 people a month now from this funnel because they're getting into relationship with me faster, and I can invite them to things. Hey, come to my mastermind. Hey, let me teach you how to do this. Hey, I'm doing a webinar with whatever. And so the goal is to now talk to these people that you've brought into relationship with you. So we're building trust through email. And then we're looking at the emails that do really well. Do you know your hourly rate? That was my top open. 85% open rate, so 63%, 59, 85, 43. These are things that I never thought I would get into because I'm not a funnel nerd and I don't like CRMs. But it's really kind of fun to see that you've created this ChatGPT voice. You now are creating freebies. You're putting them into Typeset. You're creating your cute PDFs. You're putting those into your Stand store. You're making a post on Instagram and you're making people go to your Stand store to download it. Now you've got their email. Now they are your customer. They are your future relationship at EXP. And when you talk to them weekly, it could just be your struggles. But the goal is on these emails to also end them with an invite. Come to Build, come to my mastermind, just join my community. Basically, you're asking people to have a seat at your table. Just have a seat at my table, and I promise our group, if you join us, will bring you a lot of value. So my goal is to give an agent so much value without expecting them to come to EXP, knowing that when their broker fails them, which they will, that they will think of the person who's been in front of them week after week after week that has never given up on them. And that is how I've recruited so many people to this company and keep them going. So, my funnel for dummies, 7 steps. We're gonna follow me on Instagram. We're gonna download the ChatGPT blueprint, create your custom GPT. We're gonna build our little lead magnets, which are our freebies in Typeset. Upload those to Stand Store, build your list, and then email them weekly. That is all I've got today. I hope it helps, and thank you so much.
It goes electric, baby, when I turn it up.